Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we have a Draymond Green episode here for you guys here today that you definitely want to stick around for. So please make sure you're going to like the video and subscribe to the channel now. We all know the Draymond Green story has been one of the biggest stories in the NBA, at least over the last week or so. We all know the altercation between him and his teammate Jordan Poole. And I think after that altercation, the following preseason game, Jordan Poole went out there and had a fantastic game. I believe it was against the Lakers, if I'm not mistaken. I think he scored like 24 points. And the guy looked like, he looked really good out there playing. So we thought that Draymond Green was going to be suspended. And then we heard from the Warriors that he was not going to be suspended. And that was a discussion point, I believe it was yesterday. And people were saying, like, Mad Dog Russo was saying he should be suspended. Stephen A. Smith was like, no, he shouldn't be suspended because they want him to be there for the ring ceremony. How can you do this? How can you do that? So people had different viewpoints and all of this. Now, the whole thing about him staying away from the team, I believe, was to work on himself, gain a better perspective, and also try to think of ways to mend relationships with his teammates and, quite frankly, with the organization, right? But it seems like the total opposite is happening. Yesterday, during a post-game interview or during an interview with the media, Draymond Green was asked the question about him trying to rebuild the trust with his teammates, right? Jordan Poole and maybe the other guys on the periphery. And the answer he gave was absolutely baffling. And to be quite frank with you, I thought it was absolutely clueless. But before we get into his comments, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's a sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play the question and play what Draymond Green had to say. And then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what Draymond had to say here.
Before you even took some time away, you said this, and Steve has kind of touched on this over the past couple of days. It's going to take time to kind of build trust back. Where do you feel the trust level is with yourself from your teammates? And I mean, what do you feel that you need to do to build that back?
Yeah, I don't, when everyone says like build trust as a team, I don't really quite understand that. What's trust? Is it trust that you're going to make the right play? I think I always make the right play. I mean, to the best of my ability. I don't always make the right play, but to the best of my ability. So, is it that? Is it like, what is that? I think, what we do have to do is make sure we're together, make sure we're doing the necessary things that it takes to win a championship, make sure we got each other's back. But I think of so many different things when I hear the word trust that I'm not always certain that that is the most fitting word for what people are trying to say. I think it always sounds good and everyone kind of has this idea of what that means, but yet, what does that truly mean? I don't quite know.
Do you have a word in this instance that you think?
I think it's making sure our team camaraderie is right. I think that's always important. Like, you can tell when you're playing against a team and they have bad camaraderie, you can tell right away. I know I can. I kind of feel for that. You're looking to see if they got good camaraderie, because if not, they can be broken easy. And so I think for me, as a leader on this team, like, you just got to make sure you have good camaraderie. If you have that, you can almost build through anything if you got good camaraderie amongst your guys.
So it seems as if he's a bit befuddled by the question. Let me tell you what that means. In this case about trust, it essentially means if you and I are on the same team and we have a disagreement, you're not going to punch me in the face. That's like the simplest way. That's the most simplistic way I can put it. There you have it. That's what it means. That's essentially what it means. If I'm on a team with someone or in a group and I have a disagreement with that person, right, within the group, and he or she decides, you know what, I'm going to punch Charles in the face because we're having a dispute, I will not trust that person to have my back because they just punched me in the face. Would you? Would you trust somebody that punch you in the face? That's a colleague or a teammate or something. Would you trust them? The obvious answer would be no. He also kept on using the word camaraderie, right? Camaraderie. You cannot call someone a comrade if they don't trust you. Comrade is just a synonym for friend. We cannot have a friendship if I don't trust you. I don't know about you, but I cannot have a friendship with someone and you punch me in the face. There's no friendship. I'm good. You can keep your friendship and I'm gonna be where I'm at. I don't need to be friends with you. I cannot trust you. And maybe what they were talking about in the team concept is like, okay, well, we just saw what happened between Draymond and Jordan. How do I know that if me and him get into an altercation, a disagreement, that it won't result to some type of physical violence? So everybody's watching them like, let me see what this guy's all about. That's what they mean. And how you're going to build that friendship, camaraderie is the same word. That's what you're talking about. So trust is at the heart of it. And for whatever reason, I don't know if Draymond understands that or is willing to understand it. I'm not 100% sure, right? I'm not 100% sure. To me, the entire thing is just weird. I've listened to various NBA players, Patrick Beverley, just this morning. I saw a quote from Kevin Durant. He said in his 15 years or whatever it is he's been in the NBA, he's never seen something like that before, where two teammates get into a physical altercation. Now, if it does, you better believe that relationship won't be the same. Some guys can do it. Some guys can duke it out and they'll still be friends. It happens. I'm just saying that to me, I don't know how that's going to work in a professional environment. In this case, this is professional sports we're talking about here. To me, the whole thing is just weird. But these are my opinions on this matter. So the question to you guys is this: do you think Draymond will be able to rebuild the camaraderie? Let's use this word with his teammates, and also, do you think the Warriors can, moving forward, ultimately trust that he won't do anything to jeopardize what they got going on there? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next episode.